To day two of the big county bird watch in Essex. And we've got lots of people on here tonight. Hello, everyone.
Evening.
Hi,
Hello.
Mark.
Hello. Shall we? I think everyone probably knows who everyone is, and it probably says on the screen as well. But shall we quickly go around and introduce ourselves? So obviously, hopefully, people know who I am by now. Next up, boss man.
Chair, Jerry Johnson.
Excellent. Down the bottom of the screen, on my screen anyway, the gentleman from the RSPB is our very good friend.
Mark Nowers.
Excellent.
Top
Then
man.
we've got the young man.
Ben Rumsby.
Excellent. Who's that other bloke?
He's the bloke who looks very tired.
Yeah. And obviously me, Matt. So, hi everyone. Welcome to day two of the Big County Birdwatch. We've had rather a splendid day, haven't we, gentlemen?
We have.
Yeah.
It's been very good.
Yep.
It's been very, very good. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 walks today, I think.
Yep.
In total. So, Jerry, you led one at Hanningfield.
Correct. Yes.
And Steve, Mark, and I were at Mistley Walls this morning, very early. And Ben led what sounded like an excellent walk at Rainham.
Yeah, we did really good.
And then Steve and I did Abberton this afternoon. So it's been a pretty packed day. However, I'm going to start today with the highlight. To be fair, so I'm going to spoil the show. There were lots and lots of really good birds, but there was one highlight of the day that was by far and away the best feature of day two of Big County Birdwatch 2024, and here it is.
Yay!
Do you want to talk us through this, Steve?
Well, we received a tip off in the early hours from a member of the cast who's on there tonight from the RSPB about an excellent bacon roll stop at Manningtree Station.
Yes. So we stopped off and we had a bacon. I must admit, Mark had said this was an excellent bacon roll stop, but it really is an excellent bacon roll. It's absolutely superb. It really is. And the other great thing about it is that as you walk in, there's a bush that's about the size of that, maybe. I might be exaggerating. And I think it had about 400 sparrows in it, didn't it? It's amazing.
Packed with sparrows, yeah.
There's a tiny little bush, and it sounds like it's got all the sparrows in the world in it. It's absolutely incredible. So, yeah.
It must be the smell of the bacon cooking.
I reckon it must be.
Yeah. You've got 20 minutes to park your car
Yeah.
for free to
Yes.
get your bacon roll and your coffee, listen to the sparrows, and then get out before, and otherwise get charged.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, thanks very much for the tip off. It was very,
Pleasure.
very good.
What I'm
Yeah,
here
very
for.
good. Yeah, really good.
Good.
Right. So, following that, everything's going to be anticlimax, I'm afraid, everyone. But we did go to Mistley, didn't we?
Yep. So
We
yeah,
did.
Mark kindly led the walk this morning.
Well, it's more of a
Yes.
stand, but it was good.
Yeah, okay, stand.
It was more of a stand, to be fair. Yeah, you're quite right.
It was a good stand, though.
And we did have some people turn up, actually, didn't we? And I'm just trying to find. I've got a picture somewhere. Hang on a minute. It's still going horribly wrong already.
Can you do screen sharing that as well?
I certainly will, but I have got a picture. While I'm popping this picture on the screen, I will let you screen share in a second. Hold on, there we go.
While you're doing that,
Done. Right.
go on, hold on.
Can we see that?
Not
No,
Here we go.
hold on.
Excellent.
Oh. Yeah, it was a lovely morning light, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I took this quite early, I think. And the sky, because the first thing was as we came down the hill to get our bacon roll, we saw a massive bank of fog hovering directly over the river, and we thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. But then when we got to the walls, this was the visibility. It was stunning, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, I'm not.
Oh, are you there, Steve?
Yeah, I'm trying to multitask, mate, and I'm not very good
So-
at it.
Good luck with that. So yeah, we had a good turnout this morning, and the weather was superb, and we saw some good stuff, didn't we, Mark?
We did. I think we totted up 54 species. I mean, we timed it. So for people that don't know Mistley Walls, the best time to be there is sort of about 4 hours before high water or as the tide is dropping. And obviously, we were constrained by that. So we had a window to be there as the tide was dropping. So and yeah, you took and then so we had like 45 minutes there, then wandered up to Mistley Quay, and the mud was really starting to show then, and then wandered back to Mistley Walls, and we saw all the geese, didn't we? All the ducks, all the waders that you would expect on an estuary.
Yeah, I've got some little pictures, so we'll go through a couple of the bits that we saw quickly. I think Steve might have one or two pictures to share as well. So, first picture. This was just I mean, it's a kind of like a wibbly wobbly atmospheric-y shot, really. But it was looking down towards Felix, though. You can just about see the kind of cranes. Not that type of crane, but the crane sticking out the top here. And there was just loads of gulls in the distance, weren't there? They were all feeding in mid-river and going absolutely mad. So that was quite good fun, I thought. Then we got some nice views of Widgeon.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, in the channel in front of us, there was some lovely Widgeon. There were quite a few flying around as well, weren't there? Then curlew, we had several curlew, I think. There was some sort of quite close-ish ones, and then some a bit further away.
How close was that one then?
That was sort of mid-river, I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah,
what
but
lens
obviously,
you've got? Blimey.
yeah, that's my zoomy camera thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked quite nicely, and you get a nice shot of the birds. And then we had the dunlins. Again, there was lots of dunlin, mostly over the far side. But as the water fell, some of them came into mid-river, and this one particularly had got quite a nice black belly, so quite a bit of its breeding plumage still left.
Well, that bird was miles away.
Well, it was
that was
yeah
300 meters away, wasn't it?
Yeah,
A
something like that.
picture with that camera of yours.
Yeah, it's quite useful. Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
And then we had there was a common gull chasing a black-headed gull around. I think you had one of these yesterday, didn't you, Steve?
Yeah, exactly the same yesterday. Yeah,
Exactly the same thing. So that made quite a nice image, I thought. And we had this chappie fly past at the quay. Hey!
You nailed it.
So there's a story behind this.
You did really well.
Mark and Steve were both saying there should be a kingfish around here somewhere. And then Steve, I think you saw a bit of movement, didn't you, to the right of the quay? And then both of you at the same time kind of shouted kingfisher, and it just shot past us and went and perched up. So I think everyone got nice views of that, didn't they? Which was really good.
Yeah, Mistley Quay is a very reliable spot in the winter for kingfisher.
Yeah.
No, spend a bit of time there. Keep an eye on all the wooden pilings, scanning left and right. Almost guaranteed.
And one of the good things is with kingfisher. I mean, they're quite easy. Quite often, all you'll see is this bird that's obviously very low to the water, and you see this, don't you? You see this bright blue flash at the back of the bird as it just darts past you. So yeah, very nice. And then, well, there's a story behind this as well, actually, isn't there?
Nice.
So, as people know, my hearing isn't massively brilliant, and
What?
and Steve had gone over. You'd wandered over the other side, hadn't you, to look over into the pond behind, and you had some stuff over there, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, there was a buzzard and long-tailed tits and stuff. Yeah.
There was a buzzard or something, I think, wasn't there? You had a buzzard.
Yep.
And then Mark, you heard something, didn't you? Do you want to replicate roughly what you heard?
I was standing there, and I went, just chew it. And I said, spot. I looked around to see what anybody else was thinking. I went, spotted red. And as I said it, Steve shouted across the road, spotted red.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going mad.
And I'm stood in the middle going, I didn't hear anything. But then we managed to scan the river and pick it out. Yeah, we picked it out. So quite a nice bird. And you can see here, to start with, because it doesn't look as grey as they normally do at this time of year, or like maybe later in the winter. This is kind of the same colour as a red shank at the moment, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
So I think it's really kind of the longer bill and the eye stripe that are the giveaways, and the longer legs as well. So
it must confess, when you that bird, I thought you could not that posture, but in that previous image,
yeah,
if you were scanning those mudflats, you would easily overlook that.
100%.
Yeah.
But it was feeding differently though. It's feeding like a green shank, wasn't it?
It was
with its bill open, you know.
It was, yeah. I did have a video of that. I haven't had a chance to sort it out, but I might be able to show it quickly tomorrow night at the beginning if I remember. But yeah, that was nice, and I think that was probably about it. Oh, and we stopped at Ardley, didn't we, on the way through?
We did. Yeah.
And this little bad boy was still at Ardley Reservoir, so yes, quite happy with that. Anyway, that's that. Right, good. And I think you might have one or two from this morning as well, Steve. Do you
I
wanna-
have, yeah, actually, yeah, very similar to yours, to be fair, Matt. Although actually a few different ones. So hopefully you can see those. Hopefully,
Mhm.
yep. So yes, just some of the Godwits. So as Mark said, nice lot of Godwits coming in, including at least a couple of colour ring birds.
Lovely. And Mark made a very good observation this morning because somebody said that the Godwits all coming in to feed and so on. And well, you kind of pointed out, didn't you, Mark, that they don't
Yeah,
necessarily feed.
they I mean they'll roost obviously when the tide is up on the salt marsh, and quite often they will just flock a lot of the birds, depending on the conditions, but quite often if it's good, that they're not in a rush to feed. They'll just flop off the roost and carry on roosting, or they might fly across the river and carry on roosting. So they don't actually feed for that long a period.
Okay. Yeah.
Between the sort of the two high tides, they're allowed to have some concentrated bursts, but generally speaking, they're pretty lazy birds
Poor little
in the
thing.
nicest possible way.
Notice on that picture as well, Steve. There's two birds, particularly to the left. Certainly the one. Hang on, kind of second. No, in a bit. Down, down. That one. Up a bit. That one there. So it's bill, because obviously one of the things that people say with bar-tailed godwits is they have an upturned bill, and black-tailed godwits don't tend to have an upturned bill. But some of the black-tailed godwits do have a bit of an upturned bill, don't they? So it's just an interesting thing to
Yep,
look at.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good picture. I like that.
So yeah, lots of black-tailed Godwits. A Canalag,
A Canalag! Does that class as a new species for Big County Birdwatch?
could do. Get desperate.
What's a Canalag, Steve?
It's a Canada greylag hybrid. Or what do you call them? What else called?
No, I think I can't remember. There's canicles, aren't there? Canada and barnacles down at Blue House, but I don't know what. I didn't hear what anyone else called it.
A Ganada.
A Ganada. Oh my God.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, moving.
No, Granada. It could be Granada or Granada.
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 Yeah, Egyptian goose from this
Lovely.
morning. With the same Widgeons, Matt. Widgeons.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Just facing the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
And this one's dribbling, of course. So that's a good picture. I like that. Always like a dribbler.
Little egret, lots of little egrets. Tide was dropping.
How many? You reckon we had 42, wasn't it, Mark? Little
I counted
egrets?
42, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mute swan, just because I like
Nice.
that neck, straight neck thing.
Yeah, lovely.
This is a bit arty. That
Well, that was weird, wasn't it?
Steve. We got
Weird
hidden side,
Corrugated
haven't we?
sheet.
no, it's just like ripples on the river. Bizarre.
It was really nice. Looked good. like that.
Conditions were very calm wherever we were today, weren't they?
Yeah, spotted
Mm.
red, as Matt said earlier, and then just a
Scenic.
nice scenic shot as the sun comes up, and then yeah, Matt's great
That's
white
nice.
egret.
That's nice. Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. But yeah, it was a really good morning. I mean, 55 species is fantastic. And all we really did, like you said earlier, we just sort of stood for a bit. We walked about, 300 yards,
Yeah.
if that,
Yep.
and then stood for a bit, and then came back and stood for a bit. And it just shows you don't have to put loads of effort in. If you go to a really good site, you'll get some cracking birds. So yeah, thank you so much.
That's a pleasure.
This morning, Mark. Really enjoyed your company as well, and yeah, it was good, brilliant.
Cool.
I'm a bit disappointed you didn't get us the osprey you promised us, but it's kind of.
We'll be breeding there in 5 years' time, don't you worry.
And people will be happy to notice I've got a proper bottle of water tonight. So I'll hopefully stay clean this evening. Fingers crossed.
Dry.
So yeah, moving on. I think Ben, you had the next walk, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, we started at 9:30 at Rainham, and pretty good turnout as well. I think we had 17 people in total. Mix of ages as well, which was nice. We had a few young faces there. I think Brody was the youngest. He was about 12 years old.
Yeah,
So-
cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was nice walk.
Really?
I think we managed just under 80 species, which is pretty impressive between all of us. Some highlights was we had peregrine falcon on the pylons, which is really nice. The great white egrets was around as well. So yeah, they've been around for a few months now. and they actually decided to stay for the walk, which is nice.
That's good.
Good for them. We're good.
Yeah, Kingfisher we also had, but that was lots of fly throughs with them. Didn't really play ball as much. It was a lot of brief glimpses of stuff today.
Okay.
So especially with the barn owl. So the barn owl, as people may know, there's a barn owl box in the woodland, and we saw part of its forehead. If you can even count that, I don't know. I mean, it was there, you could ID it, but yes, you could see a fraction of its forehead. So,
are you sure it wasn't just a loose barn owl feather that had been left in the box? Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it was really, really good walk. One of the other things was water pipit. Water pipit was a big target for quite a few people, and we spent quite a while looking for one of them. They're normally around the butt side if anyone else is going in the next few days, and they've also been along the foreshore. We was, I think, near the toilet block, and I managed to pick one up flying over. If anyone is going to go for them, learn the call, because there's quite a few meadow pipits flying around, but it's quite a distinct, more call compared to the seep call of the meadow pipit. That would be my advice. The easiest way to, I guess, tell them apart from that. But yeah, really, really happy with the walk.
Excellent. I'm going to put some pictures on the screen because I think you sent some pictures. I think Jan has also sent some pictures in as well. So there we go. Yeah,
there's us on the. Is that a seawall? I think that's looking across Averley Bay.
excellent.
We had a few other set there: Curlew, Dunlin, Redshanks. Couldn't manage a spotted redshank like you guys had.
That's good.
And also across the other side of the river, we had a nice flock of ring plover, which is quite scarce for Raynham, so that was really nice.
Oh, well done. Cool. Good turnout as well. As you said, it's really good mixture of people. So yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Did you get a yellow-leg gull at all? Did you have any yellow-leg
gull? I had one after the walk. I did try throughout to try and looking across the other side, but there wasn't many gulls around. There was loads. Right. There was a big flock of blackheads. But yeah, really struggled with yellow-leg gull. But I think as they started coming into roost, I managed to pick out an adult.
Oh, well done. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good picture. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see in the bottom right, we had to cover up some dog poo with some grass. Scenic.
That's like the sort of the pre Photoshop way of doing it, isn't it? Just get grass and put it on the dog poo. That'll do. Fantastic.
I don't know if people appreciate me pointing that out, but
that's all we're looking at now. To be fair, Ben, that's thank you. That's good.
Nobody stepped in it. That's the thing.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's just a shame that people don't pick up after themselves. But there you go. That's a whole different thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, good group photo there. Well done. And then I think these are pictures that you sent in, Ben. So
this was a walk pipit from yesterday. Yesterday there was a lot easier to see, unfortunately, for the people that were on walk. This was in front of the butt side, so straight in front of the scrape. It was just running around there. You can't quite see it, but you got the slight white breast, very much ID feature, and you can see the slight eye stripe as well,
just up there. Yeah. And a bit plainer backed, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, that's a really good pick. You know, that's what I would call a superb record shot because it shows you all the ID features.
For record shots.
Well, no, it is. It shows you all the ID features you need to confirm the record. I mean, if someone sent that into you, Steve, the ID panel, you'd accept that, wouldn't you? 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah,
100%. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
So really?
This was yesterday again. We tried quite hard for shorted owl. It has been there for I think around a week now.
Wow.
Mostly favouring ouzel fields. This was about midday, so it can be seen all day, any time of day. There's not a particular time that it's using, but yeah, they showed quite well yesterday.
So none of the rest of us have had any owls, and you've had 2 owls. So Yeah, that's just a little bit great. Mind you, it was your 18th birthday, so maybe this is a belated birthday present. So yeah, well done. That's good. And then
And then
okay,
this was the special one.
right.
Yesterday we did quite a bit of vismigging in the morning. So it was just we stood on the center, just looking for movement of stuff passing through, and saw nothing, basically. And then we were walking around the woodland, and Sam picked up this chunky finch calling, and this behold itself as a hawfinch flying over, and then two more proceeded to fly over in the next 10 minutes. So we managed to get 3 hawfinch within about 10 minutes.
Did you hear it before you saw it?
Yeah. We heard them, the classic more seep call. There was following all the wood pigeon flocks. So we've had quite a bit of wood pigeon migration the last few days. I think we had nearly 3,000 through yesterday, but we wasn't particularly looking for or counting them yesterday. But unfortunately, I think the one reason why we did struggle a bit with passage finches and stuff today, there wasn't much pigeons moving at all. So yeah, just there was decent thrush movement this morning. We had really good numbers of redwing and redwing, song thrush, and blackbird in the Corodite store. We did quite well for thrushes in the woodland.
Oh, well done. The thing I like about this picture as well is, so obviously if you can hear hawfinch going over, it is that very high pitched sort of almost like a tippy call, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very short. But ID features on this picture, I mean, if you want to talk us through them, you can see sort of 2 or 3 really good ID features.
So the main, I guess, obvious one would either be the white barring on the wings. This is quite obvious when it's in flight. You get those quite bright flashes of white. And then you've also obviously got the big chunky bill, which is probably quite a diagnostic feature, but I wouldn't expect people to pick that up necessarily if it's really, really high. Because one thing we noticed the last few days, a lot of stuff has been passing over quite high up. So we've really been struggling to pick some stuff out.
I think he did really well to get this picture, to be fair, because I mean they fly quite quickly, and it's a small bird.
This was Sam Levy's photo. I completely messed up mine.
No, well done to Sam. Great.
Yeah.
Chunky little thing.
They're a super chunky bird, aren't they?
Yeah, just chunky. Yeah.
And then, it's really because it's not getting almost getting towards small thrush size, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then these were sent in from Jan Lewis. Haven't looked at these yet, but
one, that is.
I'm going to identify this one. We're going for a male kingfisher, I think, on this one, because it looks like it's got a black bill. That's a nice shot. That's a really nicely framed shot, isn't it? I like that.
Oh, yeah.
This is in front of
that on the reserve?
Yeah, that looks like it's in front of Purfleet Hyde. I wasn't there when his photos were taken. I think this was after the walk had finished. I know she went round for a little bit for a walk after.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did really well to get that on the actually sitting down.
Yeah, definitely. Very good. I think
flying through.
I mean, Jan's, he takes some good pictures, and thanks very much to him for sending all of these in. So next one, who's going to identify the next one? Who's going to volunteer? I don't even know what it is. Come on, Steve, do you want to do the next one?
Yeah, go on then.
I think we should make Mark do it because he laughed. Mark, right, your turn, Mark. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Ah!
What's this one? Pintail snipe.
Oh, I was thinking Swinhose myself.
It's a nice common snipe, isn't it? And obviously, like, nice long bill. And
there was a lot of pressure on there, Matt.
central crown stripe. And whereabouts are these being seen at, Ben?
So the snipe again have mostly been seen in front of Purfleet Hyde. I think there was at least 30 to 40 birds seen throughout the reserve today. But the best place I would say, if you're looking for snipe, would be in front of the Purfleet Hyde. They're favouring obviously the muddy edges along the sides.
Yep.
And there has been jack snipe, I think, seen throughout the week. I don't think they've been seen this weekend to count for the big weekend, but I know they are around. It's just a real pain picking them out.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Always fun birds to see, any type of snipe, definitely. Right, okay, so who's going next? Is it Steve or Jerry or
go on then.
Who's going? Jerry?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Oh, yes, very nice.
Name the
Harry.
birder.
I was going to say a bonus point if you can identify the birdie. Yeah.
It's a male species down there.
They both might be.
Possibly,
Yeah.
yes, not nice
Okay.
Harrier to say
Yeah.
that.
I can actually ID the birder as well if you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Maybe Ben will do that for GDPR. But yeah, no, lovely male marsh harrier. That's fantastic. Yeah, great shot.
And where's that one looking towards? I don't recognise the background.
So that's, I think we're standing looking across Averley Pools, and that's looking towards that'd be the sea wall there that unnamed is walking across, I guess.
Okay, and then the last photo from Jan. This has got to be Steve, obviously. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, give him an easy.
The pintail. That's nice.
It's not got much of a pin, though, is it? Really, it's more like a flat tail, really.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Nice shot. That's good.
Yeah, this was in front of the Ken Barrett hides. This pintail showed really, really well. Pintail numbers have increased quite dramatically recently, and that's I think probably one of the best sites, and is the best site in London for pintail, and probably one of the best sites in Essex as well for pintail across. But yeah, really, really nice.
What
Really
numbers do they get then?
They're just such an elegant duck, aren't they? Lovely.
Yeah,
They really are.
love pintails.
Sorry, Mark, did you ask a question? Sorry.
What sort of numbers do they get, Ben?
I think they're in between. In height of winter, we'll have about 50 to 60. I think at the moment there's just over 20 to 30 birds on site, which is really, really good, especially for this early.
Yeah, really good.
Mostly in front of Purfleet Hyde, and then spanning across Averley Pools, and Target Pools has been doing quite well for them as well.
Oh, very good. Have we got anything on the chat, Steve? Anyone who haven't gone to the chat at all yet? We were just literally sitting here talking to ourselves.
No.
How rude.
There's a little bit. There's Rob M. He said he forgot to mention today at Abberton that we took superb photos of the mid goal from yesterday, so which is nice. Thanks, Rob. Richard Chew. Hello all. He said excellent BCBW day at Mistley Walls and Abberton. His first visit to the former and well worth it, and the latter never disappoints. So absolutely. We've got evening people watching. We've got Liz Huxley, Neil Sumner, Alicia, MK, Tony Pickes, who came to Abberton this afternoon, Mo Jackson, Dave Webb. He said, hello, everyone. Thanks for the walk at Raynham RSPB this morning, Ben. He enjoyed it. Brian Cox, good evening. There's someone called Alec. He said, hello, Ben.
Yeah, that's Alicia's my girlfriend, and Alex, one of my friends from college.
Okay.
They said they wanted to watch tonight, so
fantastic. Well,
excellent. Hi, Alec.
Richard Chew said he found a jackknife last Tuesday at Raynham from the Purfleet Hyde.
There you go.
Close to where that post was that the Kingfisher was sat on.
Oh,
perhaps it might be in the picture. Who knows?
I was going to say we should go back to Jan's picture, shouldn't we?
And then we've got a couple of other things. Mike Ager said, thanks for the tour at Abberton. Very enjoyable and some great sightings. Steve Entwistle. We'll talk about that in a minute. He wants to know how would you add extra species on the spreadsheet, on the recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's he seen?
Cat League.
Oh, okay. That should be on there. I'll check in a minute. Anyway, yeah. Okay, cool. We can show you that later on. That's fine. Yeah, good.
And I think that's it so far. Yep.
Right. Okay, and then we had a walk at Hanningfield, didn't we?
We did, yes. And thanks to the manager there, Holly Sells, she opened at 9:30 so that we could gain access and assemble in the car park in a really calm, sedate sort of morning, to say the least. And just say thanks to the EWT staff there and for all their help, and also to Simon Satchell, who is a regular volunteer that sits in the hides often on a Saturday morning and points things out to people. He joined us, and very useful because he had knowledge of what's been around over the last week, fortnight, etc., which was very useful.
Did you have a good turnout? How many turned up?
16, I think, I counted.
Good.
And, and from all over the county too. People who'd not been to Hanningfield previously, and they came in from Brightlingsea and mistily. So
Excellent.
just thought they'd come along to a different venue rather than go to their local one they knew and likely what to see. So they came along to Hanningfield, and unfortunately, we didn't see a tremendous amount. We were very short on birds. The water was flat calm, so there was no issues of sort of anything hiding away. There was standing room only on the turn rafts with the cormorants. They were in standing up like soldiers. Great crested grebe, little grebe were good.
Actually, very quickly, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Mark told us an amazing fact about cormorants this morning, which he obviously seems to have forgotten. You know that.
An amazing fact.
Well, it made me. Oh, it amazed me. To be fair, most things do. That bacon roll amazed me. So, no. So it was cormorants and the other species that looks very similar to cormorant, and you said about
shags,
how
yeah.
and how they have that sort of hierarchy.
The pecking order, yeah. So on the Stour in the middle of the estuary, you have these big towers or cardinal markers that are used for navigation. And if you in the winter, if you see some cormorants / shags on a cardinal marker, you can guarantee the shag is on the bottom rung and the cormorants on the top. They're just a bigger bird, and they just say, "You're not sitting with us, mate. You're going down there." So if you see, if you just got your bins and you see a black cormorant / shag on the bottom rung of a cardinal marker on the Stour estuary, and there's some other ones on the top, a pound or pinch of salt. That one on the bottom rung is a shag.
Oh, I feel quite sorry for them now. Poor little things. Anyway, sorry, Jerry, I interrupted. Sorry.
No, not at all. They know their place, I would say, but it's interesting as well that when shags fly, they're very close to the water, and cormorants can get quite high as well. So whether that has any bearing on it, who knows?
Do you know what I heard last week? I was in Yorkshire last week, and there was some widgeon flying over the sea, and a local guy, we thought they might have been common scoter, and the local guy said, "Sea duck fly like a limpet, and proper ducks fly high."
Well, okay.
They cling to the water, I guess, the scoter, don't they? They kind of do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Anyway,
Good.
sorry, Jerry, carry on.
No, carry on, right. And we went around the hides and scanned out across there from what we could see. We had things like little egret. There was a few widgeon. But even before we got started, we went to the windows in the centre, and probably the best birds we had from there, which were the red-crested pochard. A couple were on the far side of the embankment, and we scoped those. So the visitors with us today, and we were able to pick up on those. Some widgeon were there, not in great numbers. Tufted ducks, teal, geese were there, of course, with the Canada and greylag. A couple of Egyptian geese, which are nice to see. Common gull, there's 2 common gulls amongst the herring gull on the splits going out, so that was nice to see.
Yeah.
And even in the centre, a coal tit was seen by
that's good.
Ladies. So
yeah, good.
I won't say where she saw it from, but you will know.
Did you get any raptors at all, or
we had one common buzzard perched on the top of a tree on the far embankment. Very nice to see because it stayed there, I think, probably for nearly all our walk, actually. When we went out and when we came back, it was still there.
okay.
It was good to see the size compared to magpies, because there were 4 magpies trying to disrupt it and get it moved on.
It's obviously as lazy as a black-tailed godwit, Mark, I guess.
Yeah. But because it was so calm, there was nothing, no thermals rising, so it was just plain perch, but no kestrels. The only wader we had as well was a lapwing.
Okay.
No sandpipers, which you normally see along there. A few
In fact, we didn't have any sandpipers today at all either. I don't think I've seen a sandpiper this weekend.
No.
You'd think you'd get a green sandpiper somewhere, but did you get any sandpipers, Ben? Any greens or anything?
I had green sand and common sand after the walk had finished.
Okay.
Green sand was from the Serin Mound, that little channel below the Seren Mound. One flew out from there, and common sand was by the Mardyke entrance.
Okay.
Certainly producing better along the coast and stuff on the inland reserves, it would appear at the moment. And whether it's the fact that it's been mild and stuff isn't coming through, or the coast and that, who knows? But well, change of wind as well. Want some easterlies, don't we?
It sounds like you had fun today, Jerry. It doesn't sound like you had a good time.
In the absence of birds, we sort of diverted to a little bit of fun.
Yes, I'm going to share some pictures because you sent me some pictures, and I must admit I was a little bit concerned to start with. You got confused with the big Essex fungi watch, but these pictures are amazing, and I'm going to let Mark and Steve go through the identification.
They are toadstools.
I wouldn't have got that close, Steve.
No,
in fact, you were talking about limpets. They actually look a bit like limpets, don't they? They look really good. I like them.
Are they porcelain fungi or porcelain?
You can say anything, Steve, mate.
Yeah.
You can say it with some authority. You know, we go.
Oh, they're definitely porcelain mushrooms.
Okay, so that's that one.
Non-edible ones. Yeah.
Oh, these look good as well.
Sulphur tuft.
Yeah, it is sulphur tuft. Yeah, I'd go with that. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, what's that one?
No idea.
No.
Do you know the fly though? Can you identify the fly?
The name is on the tip of my tongue.
Looks like a yellow dung fly.
I was thinking that, to be fair.
The way Steve, the gills are showing on the edge.
A little bit, doesn't it?
Ringing a bell with me.
Singing nettle.
Oh, there's some more of those sulphur. Are they or not?
Looks a bit sulphur tuft,
yeah. Sulphur tuft, yeah.
Oh, they're cute. I like them.
Nice. Things.
Oh, look at that one! Wow.
Oh, they're nice.
That's a stilt ball, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, what? What's it called? Sorry.
Stilt ball.
Oh, that's really smart. I like that. How big was that, Jerry? Was that a big one or was that quite small?
It's quite small. Yeah, it was probably only about 5 centimeters.
Yeah, I was going to say. Probably you can see the leaf just there.
3 across. Yeah.
Wow, I like that.
It is. It's quite impressive.
Look at that as well. The colours on these is just amazing.
They are.
Gorgeous.
It just goes to show the benefit of leaving wood to decay naturally in woodlands and that, and what it will produce.
100%. Because, it's not just the fungi. There'll be things that live off the fungi, and the fungi will change the structure of the wood as well, I would imagine, and enhance it for other creatures as well. So, yeah, they're fascinating. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, thanks for those.
You just think about the mycelia that travel between the trees and between the roots underground that we don't see, and they're just the results of what happens at the time they want to do their spawning as such.
Well, we had an interesting diversion at Mistley this morning as we made a cut through, because I remembered the name You're laughing already, Mark. Stigmella aurella. That's the only thing I've ever remembered that's other than the bird. But yeah, so we were looking for these. They're little sort of moths that hatch caterpillars.
Leaf mines.
Well done, Ben. Well done.
Yes.
I love a good leaf mine.
They're absolutely fantastic, aren't they? They're really, really cool. So yes,
you can't go wrong with Stigmella aurella.
Absolutely. Right. And then obviously the final walk of the day was at Abberton, wasn't it, Steve?
Yep. So what time we meet? 1:30. We met at Abberton. We had like 44 people, which was really good turnout. So yeah, including quite a few new people that had not been before. So that was really good. Yeah, I mean, it was starting for a little bit quiet because if you know Abberton, sometimes the birds aren't particularly close. They are a long way away. So yeah, we saw a few bits and bobs. Goosander, nice marsh harrier, just the sort of common ducks.
Yeah, there was a very distant Drake goldeneye, wasn't there? I think, and a couple of pintail from the causeway.
Yeah.
And we had something amazingly close, didn't we?
Oh, we had a really close rock pipit, which was like normally you see them at Abberton, but they normally fly off. This thing was there for like an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
The causeway at Abberton, when you park below it, the big causeway,
Yep.
and you got those steps, and I remember back in the summer, or it might be a couple of times I've gone there, and because you don't know what you're going to see until you pop your head over the top, and it's like, is it going to be busy? Is it going to be quiet? And when it's busy, and you can just get rafts of hundreds of ducks and coots and everything there. It's just such a spectacle. Really is amazing.
It is. Well, this morning we walked up the steps and popped our heads over the top, and there were 2 great crested grebes, and that was it. Everything else was like beyond the turn raft, pretty much, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
But we got the scope set up, and everyone got a good look at stuff, and there were loads of coot swimming through, and lots of potchard out there, and no, we couldn't pick out the canvasback, could we? Unfortunately.
No.
But it was good. It was really good. We had a kestrel fly over and bits and bobs, and then we wandered down to Rigborough Bay.
Yeah, and the birds were much, much closer there, and we had water levels were really low, so there were stacks of pintail. What, there's 17 great white egrets, I think there were.
Yep.
That's mad, yeah.
And then you found 3 red-crested potchards.
Yeah, it's good.
And then there was rough black-tailed godwit. We had a nice flyby cattle egret, didn't we?
Yeah, there was 3 golden plover in there as well, and then I think I was watching the waders in the bay in Rigborough Bay, and all of a sudden everything took off as I was looking through the scope. So I think you and I both grabbed our bins, and when things take off, you kind of look for a reason, don't you? You think they've gone up for a reason, so it could be a mammal on the ground, but it's more likely to be a raptor. So we were both looking. I think we both saw it at the same time, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
And it came zooming in like a bullet, really straight flight, quite small, brown, and basically here we go. You didn't get a picture. Did you get a picture?
Wait and see, mate. Let's wait and see.
Oh no, you're kidding me. Do you want to go back to the beginning? Go through your pics. Go on.
So this is the beginning one. So this is just from Rigborough Bay. A few great white egrets, a few pintail, a few widgeon,
Cool.
a couple of teal dotted around there. It's quite nice. Cattle egret. The light was atrocious this afternoon. So very grainy pictures.
Yeah, and it started raining.
Did the rock pipit. It's quite nice. Well, that was good, wasn't it?
Yes,
that's cool.
Yeah, very good.
It's a fish called a roach.
That's the great
It looks
Christy
more
Green.
like a perch.
We were told it was a roach.
No, it's a perch.
Yeah,
perch.
Hey.
Understandable, because with the red fins and the tail, would make you think, but that is a perch.
Do you know what? I know nothing about fish.
No.
Big
dorsal fin on it as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do know that is now an X-fish. I know that much.
Yes. Oh well, I've learned something new today. We had this little bad boy.
Oh wow!
Oh, the little house back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
On the log pile, it was in there's some skips full of wood, and it was in there.
You said you haven't had any owls.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry.
a little bit of suppression there. Okay.
Keep their teasing us, Ben.
And there you go.
There's the raptor. Chasing linnets, and it was, of course,
a merlin.
A merlin. Yes,
you can tell from that lovely picture.
The most magical of little raptors, no pun intended.
That's it for me.
Oh, it's mega. I mean, it just shot in as we literally both shouted merlin at the same time, and they're one of those birds you guys all know that as soon as you see one, you know what it is, don't you? Because it's like an Exocet missile. It's like a miniature peregrine on steroids, basically. It's just incredible.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Yeah. Unless you see one going out to sea 3 miles out, like at Felixstowe last week.
Well, exactly, yeah. And then we haven't got a clue what it was for about 20 minutes. It was just lazily flapping across the water, and we would go, "What's that?" We literally went through. Well, it's not one of these, and it's not one of these. So the only thing it could have been was a merlin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I've just completely proved myself wrong. Well done, thank you. Right, I'm going to share some pictures from Abberton as well. They're really quite similar to Steve's, I think, some of them. But I did manage to get a sort of group shot. I forgot to get one when we had lots of us. So that's about half the group. And I would like to point out that the only person not bird watching there is Steve, just generally ambling around in the middle here. But there you go.
Yeah, I've got
He
people
dropped
with.
something. He dropped something, Steve.
No, I was looking for fungi actually.
Go to Hanningfield.
Can I just say thanks to John Norgate for helping us out this afternoon, because
Yes.
he was helping us out because we were quite busy running around trying to get people on stuff. So yeah, thanks to John, who's just to the right of the picture, about 4 or 5 from the right.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, fantastic work. Thank you. Right, so that's group shot. And then we had the dry weather birders there. So they immediately commandeered the hide. That was quite good fun. You get a slightly more elevated view from there, so always a nice place to sit in, and it does shelter you from the rain a little bit, obviously. We got this marsh harrier over the causeway this morning, which was quite nice. I think it's a young bird, that one. Got pale head and quite dark. No pale on the forewing there, so it's just a juvenile, possibly a juvenile male. I don't know really. Obviously the rock pipit came nice and close, really nice.
That was on the causeway, I take it.
Yeah, that was on the La de la Haye causeway. This is a perch being being eaten by a great Christian grebe. What I like about this is look at the expression of the grebe. Its eye. It's almost like, oh, can I really swallow this?
He's just tasted that dorsal fin, hasn't he, in the back of his throat?
Well, I think what it is, it's just noticed that 40 birders are watching it, so it realizes it's actually got to gulp this fish down. It can't spit it out. It's got to go through with it. Obviously, we had the fly past cattle egret, again, similar photos. Buzzard in a tree.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and that was quite a way off, wasn't it? But
Yeah, good.
you could just about make out the breastband through the binoculars, and obviously through the scope, managed to get a nicer view. And then, of course, got the 2 red-crested pochard in Wigborough Bay, which was very nice. And yeah, my shot of the little owl, slightly different angle, but yeah, there you go. It was just a cracking day, really. Sounds like we all had a good day.
And again, thanks to the staff, Joe and the EWT staff, for putting on extra cakes and stuff this afternoon.
Yes, they were quite delicious.
I'm going to say, were they consumed?
Yeah,
They might have
mostly.
been.
Yep. Not by me. But I'm watching my figure, you see.
Good for you.
I lost sight of my figure years ago, so I've given up on it. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just quickly get the schedule up for tomorrow. I'll tell you what, should we do it on this screen? Hold on. Hang on. If I hover over there and click on there and go down here somewhere.
Oh, well done. Yeah. And also, just while we're watching, Jan Lewis just quickly logged in. He said he thought it was an 8 o'clock start tonight. He said thanks to Ben for being a great guide around Raynham and adding water pipit to his year list. And then we've got Sandra Bell. She said, "Hi everyone. Hope you're enjoying your birding mega weekend." And I think we are. So
we are. Although as soon as you said Sandra Bell, I thought of lemon drizzle cake.
Ah, well,
yes. Because that was rather excellent. That was Malden, wasn't it?
Yep, Malden. Yep,
yes.
That was good.
Right. Yep. Anyway, sorry. I don't know why I always think of cake. Maybe that's why I lost sight of my figure years ago. I don't know. But anyway, let's share this. Right. So go onto this screen tonight rather than the poster. So this is what's happening tomorrow. Do you want to run through some of this, someone?
Okay. So tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, Mel Shepherd Wells is doing a walk at Connaught Water. So the west of the county, just on the edge of Epping Forest. Great place. Really good for mandarin ducks, ringneck parakeets. It's quite a nice lake. It's got a lot of woodland around it. So good for tree creeper, maybe nuthatch. So he's going to meet in the Connaught Water car park at 9 o'clock. So all the details are on our website, but the postcode's E47QH. There is a parking charge for that one. And then we've got 9:30, Bowers Marsh, RSPB Reserve with Neil Sumner. So Neil's the editor of the Essex Bird Report, great birder, and he's local to Bowers Marsh, so he knows it really well. There's been some good birds there in the last week or two. There's been certainly spoonbills, barnacle geese, or barnacle goose. Great place for ducks, waders, peregrine. And I think, as we mentioned last night, the car park's currently closed, so everyone's going to meet by the railway bridge. Just park sensibly, and that's a 9:30 start. Anyone else? Am I carrying on going?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So,
Done a great job, Steve.
Oh, thanks, Mark.
so Fingering Hoe. So Steve and I are going to be at Fingering Hoe, and we're going to have the swallow birding stand there. So if anyone wants to come along and look at the other things that Steve gets up to, because he never blows his own trumpet, but Steve is a really good bird guide. He's makes every walk that you go on fun. He hears everything, he identifies everything, and obviously he's got his own company, so people can get involved with Steve directly and go on local days or trips for longer, whether it be at home or abroad. So your stand's going to be there on Sunday, isn't it? Tomorrow?
Yep.
It's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, I've lost track of the day already.
Um,
So come along and have a look at that. We're going to have an EBWS stand there with our caps and notebooks, and I think Jerry, you're going to bring some sweatshirts.
Yeah, it'll be from midday sort of thing onwards. So during the afternoon,
Lovely.
We'll also have a quantity of excellent second-hand books. We've just taken a new delivery of some books from someone who goes back a long way, and they're very good condition. And just a donation we'd ask for, just to move them on if they're any use to anyone. And I've also got a few nest boxes which someone has very kindly made and donated to the society.
Excellent.
They're very rustic, and we're going to let them go just for a couple of quid a piece. So,
brilliant!
Certainly adequate to for the things like tits, blue tits, different size holes, great tits, sparrows, a couple of bat boxes. There's even a little owl box amongst them. So, yeah.
Oh wow!
Along, and yeah. So donations acceptable. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like Steve's going to be in trouble tomorrow, because if there's a whole load of new books there,
apparently I'm allowed to get loads of second-hand books.
What you want one of those great big long overcoats with big pockets inside, just big enough to fit bird books into.
Yeah,
what you need.
I might be out on my ear if I come home with any more bird books. So
I get in trouble when I have to justify that fact I've got more than one copy of the same book.
Yeah.
But one's for use and one's for display, isn't it?
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. I'll use that one.
One to show, one to go. Yeah.
I like that. That's good. One to show, one to go.
We're going to be leading walks there at 10:30 and 1:30. So hopefully we're going to get some good stuff there. There's going to be some waders and wildfowl. Sorry?
You get a lunch break?
We do, yes.
Good.
Again, the EWT staff, I'm sure they're going to have the place all stocked and ready to go. And thanks again, because they're letting us in a bit early tomorrow so we can set up. So many thanks to Sean and Claire and all the staff there for allowing us to do that. And then at 1 o'clock, we've got Mel Shepherd-Wells is leading a walk at Roding Valley Meadows, which I think is in the west of the county, we mentioned last night.
Yep.
It's a site I'm not familiar with myself, but I think it's kind of like flood meadows, so should be good for waders and maybe a little bit of wildfowl, as well as maybe the odd raptor. Kingfisher, I think, can get seen there. Well, got it on the screen there. Just owl, snipe, siskin, widgeon, grebes, and more. So he's advised to meet in the car park adjacent to the David Lloyd Centre, which is postcode IG76BQ. And I'm assuming there's no charge for that car park. I don't think there is.
No, I believe there isn't. No.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we try and get this information as accurate as possible, so hopefully it's all good. With the Fingering Hoe Wick, there is an entrance fee. If you're not an EWT member, there's just a suggested entrance fee when you turn up there. But there's plenty of parking there as well, and there is an overflow car park if we get busy. Because last year there was quite a few people turned up at Fingering Hoe, wasn't there?
We had a really good turnout last year.
Last year.
Yeah, I think the weather's going to be fine again.
Yeah.
Let's face it, we've had a superb weekend so far, and it's forecast to be good for the rest of the couple of days that we're going to be active.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate, and we just like people to turn up and just come along and see us, say hello, and enjoy a day's walking round birding.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, definitely. Really good. So we got sent, just very briefly, we got sent a list of birds. I don't think they've gone on to the BCBW portal yet, but I will pop them on the screen. David McCarthy sent these in. And these were at Deal Hall. He said he just had a casual walk there. You've got 53 Brents, 117 plus oyster catcher, a couple of ring plover, curlew, redshank, turnstone, dunlin, 17 little. There's loads of little egret everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
Absolutely tons of them. And a marsh harrier and a buzzard as well. So thanks very much for sending those in, David. Hopefully we can get them added into the portal. And while we're doing that, if I just go up to our homepage, can you see our homepage here?
Yep.
Yep. So on the homepage, the right hand of the there are 6 news stories that scroll in pairs, and the right hand one on the homepage, if we click that, it tells you on here how you can submit your sightings. There's a link here to click for the sightings portal, which is just here, and you can put your location in, the date, the start and stop time, and then you can either search for species or you can add species. If you want to search for species, you can search for something like, say, for example, not a lapwing, lapwing, there we go. And lapwing will come up in one of these boxes here. You can then put in how many you saw. If you then go back up to the search box, highlight it and press backspace, you can then search for your next species. It's important to clear what's already in there because otherwise the lapwing sighting wouldn't be registered. So you can put something else in and then go back up here, highlight and backspace, and then you can put the next species in. We have been asked a question as to how you can see the status page. So when you finish your submission, there's an option to go to the status page, which you can click on. Alternatively, and I might try and put this as a link on here. I don't think there's anything on here that we shouldn't be putting in. But if I load it up now, hopefully, hang on, where is it? I can't see it. There we go, dashboard. So this is the page that you go to at the end of your when you put your sightings in, and it's called status after you've done. So you click status, you see this, and it shows you the total entries so far, the amount of locations that have been covered, the total species that have been seen. So in 2 days between us all, we've recorded 125.
Cool, very good.
Species, which is good. You can click the tabs at the top here. You can click species to go through the list of what's been seen alphabetically, and it will tell you how many locations that the bird's been seen at and how many different people have been putting the sightings on as well. And you can also go to, you can look at the patch rankings. Let's do that. I think I know which patch is going to be number one.
Rainham.
Whistly Walls.
There you go. Yeah, so Ben's putting the rest of us to shame there. 91 species. In fact, I might disable that patch ranking tab. I think that's really good. So 91 there, 69 Abberton, 62, and so on and so on. So they're all on there. And then you can go to the little head here that says entries, and that tells you who's seen what so far. You can have a look down there. So yeah, it's all good fun. It's all good fun. And if I put the link on there to share that onto our website, and that might help people. So I'll try and get it onto one of those EBWS pages in due course.
And it is fun, and that's what it's about this weekend, and to get people to like what they're doing and hopefully then progress and do a little bit more on their sightings and record them, because it is important that the data is received, because without the data, conservation can't happen.
That's it. I mean, what we hope is that following this weekend, maybe some of the newer people that we've seen will kind of want to do this and carry on doing it and get out in their local patch, local park, in the garden, visit the nearest nature reserve, just go for a walk on the coast. There's so much stuff you can do. At the moment, actually running until November the 3rd, there's the Great Coastal Birdwatch. So if you go to Birdaware Essex Coast's website, I'll see if I can bring it up while I'm talking. They're part of the Great Coastal Birdwatch, which is running for the next week. And this is something that they're just encouraging people to get out and about, to see what's out on the coast, and to record their sightings as well. The work that the Birdaware Essex Coast do is to kind of advise people about the effect that their activities can have. Things like dog walking and riding jet skis, that sort of thing. And I think we featured them before. And the Great Coastal Birdwatch is to really get an idea of which birds are out there and to engage with the public and to explain what's out there. Because sometimes, you go somewhere and you don't see anything unless you look for it. And I think we're all aware of that, aren't we? So this is a great idea. So if you go to the Birdware Essex coast, there's a tab for the Great Coastal Birdwatch. This is running until Sunday, the 3rd of November. And it tells you how to do it all on here, and you can submit your sightings on there as well. So we handed out a few leaflets today, didn't we, Steve?
We did. Yep, we did, which was good.
Leaflets, so hopefully people will get involved with that as well. And as part of that, just a little teaser preview. We're not going to blabber on about it because it's getting, well, we've just gone past the hour, actually. Oops. On Thursday, we're doing something on Thursday, aren't we? After Big County Birdwatch.
Yep, so no rest for the wicked. We're heading down, Matt and I are heading down with Birdware Essex to Southend Pier on Thursday morning.
Yes. I'm only going because I want to go on the little train ride up to the end of the pier.
And I'm only going because I need to add to my fish list. I haven't got.
You don't get perch in the sea, Steve, all right?
Oh, you get that pod?
If we stood there going, I've got a perch. No, you haven't. But yeah, we're going to be travelling up the end of the pier with the Birdware Essex coast folk. We're going to have a sightings board. We're bringing telescopes. Anyone is welcome to join us. I'll try and put something on the website, maybe just after BCBW. Did send out the details on the latest newsletter. If you want to subscribe to our newsletter, you can do that at the bottom of the homepage. You can put your details in. Just your email address is all we need. But that's going to be on Thursday morning. I think we're starting at 10:15 because that's when the pier opens.
Yep.
And we're going to run till about 1:30ish. So we'll get a good sort of 3 hours worth of sea watching in and hopefully see lots of wonderful things at the end of the pier. And there are facilities and there's a cafe there as well. So yes. I don't know if the bacon rolls will be as good as the one this morning, though.
But it won't be.
I am not going to take that bet.
No offense to Southend Pier, but I bet it won't be.
It won't be the same price.
No, you're right there.
Brilliant. Okay, so I think that's a good end to day 2.
Yeah.
We're halfway through.
Absolutely.
Well done, guys. Done a super
Well done,
job.
everyone. Yeah.
Well, no, thanks to you for leading the walks today, guys. Yeah, much appreciated.
Yes.
Thanks for everything you two guys are doing. You're on it every day, and yeah, we'll see everybody who come along at Fingering Hoe tomorrow. So
yeah, so we've got Fingering Hoe, we've got Connaught Water, we've got Roding Valley, we've got Bowers Marsh. So there's 5, including the 2 at Fingering Hoe. There's 5 walks tomorrow. So anyone who's watching, there is no excuse. You have to get to at least one of these walks tomorrow. Okay.
And of course, Mel and Neil will be joining us hopefully tomorrow night as guests on the show.
Yes, yeah, Mel and Neil. Yep. Sounds like a 80. Oh no, that was Mel and Kim, wasn't it? Sorry.
It was Mel and Kim. They were quite respectable.
Oh my! Right, that's it. That's the end. I cannot go any further. On that note, on that bombshell, I think we're going to have to say goodbye. All right.
thanks everyone. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks everyone for watching. See you
Good night.
tomorrow.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Are we all here still?